What's up guys, Alec here, and today I'm going to go through the Instagram analytics and insights and go through them one by one, explain what they are and how you can look at them and use them to improve your Instagram growth. So I'm not going to waste any time and I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to look at the analytics for my bedroom goals account on Instagram, and to access your insights you can either tap on the profile visits you get on the top, or you can just hit the sidebar icon on the top right and then tap on insights. So when you're in your insights, you have three different tabs to choose from: content, activity, and audience. Now I'm going to go through them one by one and we're going to start with content. So the first thing you notice is that I have posted 9 posts this week, which is 3 more to the previous week. This is often very useful, especially when you're looking at content as a whole. For example, if you're getting 1,000 more followers one week than you did the week before, maybe it's because you post twice the amount of content. Next up, we have the feed posts. Now this is by far one of the most handy and one of my favorite insights that we can see. If I tap on see all, then I go into my feed posts, I can literally see all the posts I've posted within the past 2 years maximum, or I can choose within the past 7 days. As you can see, I've posted 8 posts in the past 7 days, but I'm going to sort them by, I'm going to go the past 2 years and then I'm going to set it to impressions. This is what I generally do. And as you can see, my post with the most impressions is 527 impressions. So I posted this on the 9th of August. Now the reason I posted this on the 9th of August is because I posted it also back on the 11th of February and it did amazingly well. It got over 20,000 likes. Now this was by far my best piece of content. So I was like, right, I'm going to try posting this again. It's been a few months. Let's see how it does. And to my surprise, it did even better than I thought it would. It got even more likes with 26,000 likes. That's 2,000 likes more than the previous time. And then if you go down a bit, you can also see that I posted a very similar photo to this back on the 17th of June. So that's only a couple of months ago. And it also did really well. That's like in my top 10 posts of all time. And I've posted nearly 1,000 posts on this account. But my suggestion is to you is to take a look at your posts, sort them by impressions or engagement, likes or comments. I tend to find that any of those kind of works. They're all kind of related if you think about it. And just look at the content that does well. I'm not saying repost the exact same picture, but I'm saying maybe try and recreate the same type of content. For example, if you have a look at the top, you can see that the colors here, they're all kind of like pastel-y pink, or they have like yellowy mood fairy lights in them. So that's the type of content I try and aim for, and that's the type of content that tends to do best on this Instagram page. So next up, I got the stories. Under the stories header, if I click on see all, because I haven't posted any recently, we can see here that I've only posted 3 stories in the past 14 days, which is a terrible amount. I've been slacking, there's no excuse for that. Definitely post more stories. You want to be posting at least once a day. Don't take this as an example. But yeah, I tend to find that Instagram stories with polls on them tend to get a lot more impressions. I don't know if this is because people like to come back and look at the poll results. I'm not too sure. But also what I like to do is if I sort it by back, and I'm pretty sure this is people that tap back on the story to watch it again. Now, I tend to feel like people will tap back on a story because they're surprised by a content. They're interested in that content. So if a content gets a lot of tap backs, maybe it's because people are interested. I also find that stories that get a lot of tap backs are ones that have tags on them. I think this is because people try and tap on tags and they accidentally tap on back. So if you tag a profile, you're more likely to get more impressions on your story. But that is not 100% sure. That's just my opinion and my thought, but I think it's the case. Right, so now I'm going to go on to the next tab, which is the activity tab. So this is also one that I love because we can see what is happening on a profile and when our followers are engaging, things like that. So first of all, interactions. If we tap on interactions, we can see that for this case, it's profile visits. Now here we have the 7-day breakdown of the amount of profile visits I've gotten in this week. So we can see that I've got 24,504 profile visits this week from the 24th to the 30th of August. Now if I tap on the blue bars, I actually get the amount in numbers for every single day, which I love. I love a good day-by-day breakdown. So if I add every single one of these up, this adds up to 24,504. Now a lot of the time this is off by maybe 100, 200 profile visits maximum. Unless you're getting very few, then it tends to be kind of accurate. But here under profile visits, we can see that I've got plus 9,258 compared to the previous week. So I've got 9,000 profile visits more than last week. And this, you've got to kind of think about it, and you've got to think why you got that many more profile visits. Sometimes it's because a piece of content did well. Sometimes it's because you've been posting more content. For an example, we can see that from my page, as we saw earlier, I posted 3 more pieces of content than I did the previous week. And those 3 more pieces of content are easily enough to bring an extra 9,000 profile visits. So when you think about it, the more content you post, the better. Now, here under Discovery tab, we have the reach and impressions. So first of all, the reach is the number of unique accounts that have seen your content and your page. And then impressions is the total number of times all of your posts have been seen. So here at the top, it says 568,007 accounts reached from the 24th of August to August the 30th. So if I tap on these blue bars, again, we get the day-by-day breakdown. And if I add all of these up, it adds up to more than 568,000. It adds up to maybe somewhere around 700,000, if I'm not mistaken, but it's not adding up to 568,000. The reason for this being is that the stats for an accounts reached in a single day aren't added up to the amount of accounts reached in a single week. When you think about it, if you meet up with a friend on Monday and Tuesday, you only met up with one friend that week, but you met up with one person on the Monday and then you met up with one person on a Tuesday, but it was the same person. So obviously some of these unique accounts reached are going to be checking your page every single day. So they could have given you a reach on Saturday and a reach on Sunday, but you're not going to add those two together. That's why the total amount of accounts reached in a week don't add up to the amount of the day-by-day breakdowns from the weekly reach of every day. So obviously that's why the 568,000 isn't the result of the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all added together. Just that wouldn't make sense. So hopefully you understand my explanation of that. It took me quite a while to actually understand this, but it makes sense when you think about it. And then just below that, again, we can see the amount of impressions. So for an example, I can see that I've got an extra 800,000 impressions compared to the previous week, bringing me up to 1.3 million, and then a total of 568,000 in reach, which is the reach for that week, but not the day-by-day breakdowns. I want to emphasize on that because it did take me quite a while to understand it. But like I said, it's obvious once you get the hang of it. If you don't understand it, let me know in the comment section below. And if someone has a better explanation, I would love for you guys to comment it in the comment section below. I'll even pin it if it's a good explanation. Right, now I'm going to go to the third Insights tab, which is the Audience tab. So the first thing you're going to notice under the Audience tab is that it shows the exact amount of followers you currently have on that account. Below that, you have the amount of followers that you've gained since the previous week. Beneath that, you have the growth. So if you tap on that, it says here the growth. It shows you the overall, the amount of people that have unfollowed you and the amount of people that have followed you. So if you have a creator account, you're going to have this awesome graph. If you're not a creator account, it'll be a little bit different. If you're a business account, the Insight's going to not show this amazingly cool graph. But basically, this graph shows you the day-by-day breakdown, and it shows you the amount of people that have unfollowed you and the amount of people that have followed you. And it calculates the two together and it gives you an overall growth. So here you can see that this week I gained 2,548 followers, but I actually got 3,857 people to tap the follow button on my profile, but 1,309 people unfollowed me, which is insane when you think about it. 1,000 people, or over 1,000 people have unfollowed my account this week. And sometimes if you see the day-by-day breakdowns, if you post really bad content, you can notice that content has caused a lot of people to unfollow you. Like, especially if you've got an account which is like talking politics or laws or opinions that people don't agree with, a lot of the time people will unfollow you and you'll notice it in this graph, which is really interesting to see. So I love being able to see this day-by-day breakdown thanks to the creator account. Also next to growth, if you tap on see posts, you can also see, it's glitching right now. Oh yeah, sorry, it's because I've tapped on this cross. If you tap on see posts, it will show you the amount of posts, or it show you what posts you've posted in the 7 days from these insights. Also, I didn't realize this, I've literally just learned it now. For example, if I tap on Monday, August 26th, and I click on see posts, I can see the post that I posted on Monday, August the 26th, like it says right at the top. So I love this graph, I think it's awesome. Beneath this, we have the top locations. So first of all, I'm going to show you countries. Again, if you tap on the blue bars, it's going to show you the percentage for each one and the unique numbers. So as you can see, United States, my top country, United Kingdom, my second top country with a 6%, India 5%, Mexico 3%, Indonesia 3%. And then we also have cities. So this is where we can see where all our followers are the most concentrated. We can choose either cities or countries. I think countries can be useful if you're doing like ad targeting, things like that. Cities, unless you're a local business, it's not really that useful. It's just an interesting stat to see. But again, because there's so many cities in the entire world, I've never had an account where the percentage is like more than 3 or 4%. Right, below that now we have the age range. So obviously this is pretty obvious. It shows the age distribution of your followers. Now we can either select all men or women. And again, if we tap on the blue bars, it gives us the percentage. So as you can see, most of my followers are between 25 to 34, but I also have a lot between 18 to 24. So more than 60% of my followers are between 18 and 34. Again, this can be useful if you're doing ad targeting. Otherwise, I never really look at this. And before last, we have the gender. So it's the gender breakdown. As you can see, my account has 87% of women, 13% men. Again, this can be useful if you're maybe targeting ads or you're trying to create content towards a certain demographic. These insights can be useful to look at, but otherwise, again, I never really look at. Now, finally, this one right at the bottom, this one is really useful. So this one actually shows you when your followers are active. So the first thing you can look at is, I'm going to show you the days. Again, if you tap on the blue bars, it will show you the day-by-day breakdown. Here, for every single one of my accounts, the difference is never more than 2,000 for every single day. I always think that these stats are very similar for some reason. Now, maybe it's just because people are always checking Instagram every single day, which they probably are, but I rarely tend to notice a day which has significantly more follower usage than others. But things I highly suggest you look at is if you tap on the hours, you can see the time your followers are the most active every single day. So for an example here, let's say I'm going to post a post on Friday. We can see that 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. is my most active time. So I would aim to post around 2 p.m. That way it catches the wave of people being active on Instagram. My post gets more likes within the first hour, the 2 hours. And that entices Instagram, and Instagram's like, right, this content is good. It's getting a lot of engagement, a lot of likes. People are seeing it. We're going to push it to more people. We're going to show it to more people in this crazy algorithm feed. We're going to push it to the explore page. More people are going to see it. So always post depending on what time your followers are active, because this is really useful. Now, if I scroll through the days, we can see that my followers are always active at the same kind of time every single day. I always try and post just before I hit peak follower activity on my page, but I do post in the morning sometimes. You've got to think about the people that are on the other side of the country that want to see your posts first. But always post, and if you want your post to do well, always post at the busiest times on your page. So that is your Instagram analytics. Now, if there's everything you don't quite understand, or if there's anything you think you can add to this video, I'd love for you guys to comment it down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And again, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.